feel like you're going upstream without a paddle, you're going against the waves, you're on your spiritual journey. And right now, in this time, the energies are so heavy, right? That you just feel like you're swimming and you're not moving, right? Or you're wading in the water and it's just pushing you back. Or you're in a boat and you want to go the opposite direction and you have no paddles, so you have to use your hands, right? And now you're exhausted. Do you feel like that now? The energies are strong right now. And if you're on your spiritual journey, you're probably saying, man, I've done all the work. What else do I have to do? Why is this happening to me now? If that's the case for you, it's been the case for me, and to a certain degree, you're being asked to just keep going, right? The spiritual journey isn't one that's one and done and it's over, right? It's about evolving, getting to the next level. But there's so many beings out there that aren't pushing to go to the next level, right? Call them the sleepers, call them, whatever label, and you shouldn't label anybody, but that's where they are in their journey. If they don't believe what you believe, if they don't see the reality of the matrix of what's going on in the world, that the wolves being pulled over their eyes, you know what? That's okay. That's their journey, and but how can we help them, right? And why are we the only ones, having to do all the work? Because that's our soul contract. That's our soul mission, right? We have to keep elevating our frequency so as a collective, we can start raising the collective vibrations. And in doing that as a collective, other people are going to start seeing more clearly and waking up. It's not about you having to tell everybody, right? Or you have to be a truther, or you have to have your YouTube channel. Just meditate, right? But if it's getting harder to meditate because those voices are coming back, it's the energies, the lower vibrations that are trying to pull you back down. They can't control you anymore, right? Because you don't listen to them. But they're going to find a chink in your armor. They're going to find a way to get under your skin in the hopes that you're going to break, right? Because if you break, then you cause a chain reaction and other people will break, right? And then all the work that you put in, all the work that everybody's put in, now other people that still want to stay on their path are going to have to swim even harder and climb bigger mountains, right? Because now they got to try to pick you back up out of your rut, out of your low vibes. So these challenges that are coming now are just your soul saying, you just got a little bit more. Keep going, right? And if you feel like stopping, then stop and ask yourself why. Seek the help from other beautiful souls that are experiencing these same things. That's why I'm recording this video. I'm on my journey. I keep moving. Now I'm going back east, and I'm not doing it just to see the country. That's a beautiful thing, but there's a mission here for me, and I get little clues and little signs and synchronicities. So I just go. I go with the flow because I know that at the other end of wherever I'm going to land, I'm supposed to meet somebody. Somebody's supposed to help me. I'm supposed to help somebody else, right? Create that karmic debt, that law of giving and receiving. But I don't go with a whole plan. Yeah, you have to plan and you have to know where you are, but it's more about how do you keep your frequency high and your vibrations raised. And I'll link the video that I have on that, so that you can start seeing how you can keep yourself in high vibes. That's the goal right now. That's why these other things are coming at you hard and fast, because those lower vibrations want to pull you down, and they're doing everything in their power to make that happen. Your goal is not to allow it. Now it's standing in your sovereignty. If you're a light warrior, put on your armor of the Supreme Being, right? Grab your sword, not to strike anybody down, but to shine more love on anything that keeps trying to bring you down, instead of going in a negative way. No, you're not going to get me, just give it love. That energy does not like love at all. I'm talking from experience because I shine love on everything. And my journey happens to be where I'm going to certain places where there are even spiritual people that don't know that where they are, there's a lot of low vibes, right? Because they're trying to stay so high that they're forgetting about those low vibes that they need to focus their energies on, right? So I'm on my mission to come to these places to start focusing energy on those lower vibrational beings, but with love. And if other people are meant to help me in this, they'll find me, right? I'm not going to lower my frequency, but they'll find me and I'll find them, and then together we'll start making even bigger impact and bigger impacts so that we can do this as a collective. But that's my mission. What's your mission? Have you figured that out yet? Maybe that's why you keep feeling like you're paddling upstream, because you're missing the little signs and synchronicities, or you stopped doing some of the work that you weren't quite ready to stop doing, or you're still doing work that you no longer need to do, that you've done it already, but your ego is like, no, no, we got more work to do. We have to still heal these generational curses. We still have to cut these cords. But if you've already done it and done the Ho'oponopono and done all the other rituals and Qigong and meditation, then you've already done it. You don't need to stay there anymore. You need to move on. So that's your soul telling you, hey, you're going to keep paddling upstream, with your bare hands and thrashing around until you go, wait a minute, there's paddles right over there. Let me go get the paddles, right? And make this easier. So it doesn't have to be hard anymore. You've done the work. Now you have to believe that you've done the work courageously and decide you're going to move on. It's time. Once you do that, when you stand in your courage and you stop, relying on the crystals, they're still helpful, but if you're still clinging to them to give you protection, and you're still calling on Archangel Michael every time you feel you're in trouble, Archangel Michael is going to be there, but he's going to go, hey, you're always going to call me, and you're never going to be able to do this on your own. It's time for you to start doing this on your own, right? Not alone, but on your own. When you feel those energies that are trying to tug you down in low vibration, recognize them, become aware of them, and decide to shift in that moment. Let's say you started a really strict diet, and it doesn't have to be strict, but you decided, I'm going to be a vegan, right? Just because, and you're doing it, and you've been really good on it, but every now and again you're saying, oh man, that piece of cheese looks good, I'm going to have it. And that ice cream looks amazing. Oh, you know what, it's just one tub, and that's fine. You can do that. But once you give into that, your ego takes over and say, well, it's just one time. 2 months down the road, oh, it's just one time. 1 month down the road, oh, it's just one time. 3 weeks down the road, you see where it goes? It's just that one time every time. So now you're getting back into that habit. And that's when those low vibrations go, we got that person. Let's keep putting other things in their path now to keep them on that downward spiral, lowering their vibrations, saying, oh, it's just that one time. I deserve it. I've earned it. And you have, and you are worthy of anything that you desire. But now you have to think, is what I'm doing that one time going to keep me in low vibrations? How is that helping me grow? Right? How am I expanding my consciousness? How is it going to help keep my body in tune with these higher vibrations that I'm trying to reach? And if the answer is it's not, then maybe that one time isn't worth it. Maybe when that one time comes up again, you say, no, not this time. There'll be another time, but not this time. And then it'll come up again, and you go, there'll be another time, but not this time. See what you're doing? You're reversing the curse. You're taking back your sovereignty. You're taking the control back that your ego is trying to put you in, that the lower vibrations are trying to get you in. See how that works? You're putting in the work. Believe that you've done the work, and that you've done it. It's over. Keep moving on and moving up. Don't worry about who's coming up with you, right? Because as you keep raising your vibration, you're going to meet the people that are raising their vibrations as well. And now you can act on your soul contract with them. And if there's others in your life that you want to keep in your life and they're doing the work, now they're going to start raising their frequency to match yours. You no longer have to lower yours. And will it cost you some friendships and some family members? It might. But in the long run, the more you do it for yourself, right, these people may start shifting and deciding that they're gonna do what they have to, right? And then you can start helping them lift their frequency up. But it's not for you to stay there because they're there. If you want to stay there because they are there, then you're constantly lowering your frequency. And you're gonna push away your law of attraction manifestations. You're gonna push away those higher vibrations. You're gonna push away those opportunities that are right in front of you. But now, since you keep lowering your vibration, you no longer see them because you're not in alignment with them. Understand? Understand. Don't use the word understand anymore if you can help it. Because that means you're standing under somebody else and you're giving somebody else your control. That's what I believe. So I say understand now. So because it's my understanding. It's not anybody else's. It's my belief. Right? So I stand in my understand. So stand in your understand. And stop, recognizing when you are lowering your frequency, even though it's just at one time, because that one time can turn into one time every week. I did that when I was in Texas with coffee. I had given up coffee for 2 years, and then I would go to this pecan store, and I liked the coffee, right? So I was like, just 1 cup. So I'd have 1 cup. But then I found myself going there every week for that 1 cup. And then it started every other day for that 1 cup. And I started getting back into that addiction. And it wasn't making me feel good. I was getting whereas my entire life I never felt the jitters, and I didn't understand why people said, they couldn't sleep when they were on coffee, right? Because I was already addicted to it. It was already in my bloodstream. Now that I eliminated that and detoxed myself, boy, I was feeling those jitters too. And I'm like, I don't like this. So I decided I'm going to stop that. There's no just one more time. But I did go to that pecan store specifically so I can see that coffee and go, no, maybe next time. And I'd go again, no, maybe next time. Until I could go there and not even think about the coffee and enjoy my conversation with the beautiful young soul, buy some, homegrown pecans, organic. See how that works? You can make that work as well. You just have to keep noticing it and becoming aware. And then when you're in those, that just one time, say no, not this one time, maybe next time. So try that. And, look to your right and look to your left. Next time you're struggling up that river, whatever river that is, metaphorically for you, and look at that paddle that's sitting right next to you. Align yourself to see it. It's at a higher frequency. So now you got to raise your frequency to match the frequency of that paddle so you can just go on your merry way. So go on your merry way, folks. And if you're you're still struggling to keep yourself in high vibes and trying to find ways to stay there every time and to recognize it and to make those shifts, I can help. The link to my website's here. I'm a spiritual transformation coach. Please reach out to me. I'd love to just help you see where you are. I can't do the work for you, but I can, help ask you some questions that's going to highlight it for you so that you can see it, so that you can start working on it and making those shifts so that you can keep raising your frequency. So think big. Stay in your high vibes every time, and don't get down when things get tough again. Paddle through it. Raise your frequency and see the paddle clearly. So if you like the contents of this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate it. Help those algorithms, right? The more people that see this message can get it to more people that it can resonate with. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. But it can resonate and inspire somebody else to start reaching higher, right? To start seeing that paddle and aligning themselves to get to it. That's the next step. And as you do that, you'll bring other people with you. You don't have to see it. You don't have to get a pat on the back for it. You can give yourself your own pat on the back. Because when you get to a certain level, you just don't need anybody else to tell you that you're doing it, because you already know. And now you can vibrate at a different level so that other people can start knowing that they can too. So start helping people. That's what you're here for, regardless of what it is that you're meant to do on your spiritual journey. Everybody's got their own unique path. Just make sure you know what yours is and you're vibrating at that level and beyond. And always align yourself with your true north, your authenticity. That's the highest vibration there is. Honor yourself. Start with love. Start with peace, joy, and bliss. Find your authentic truth. And have an amazing day.